Well, relax. You don't have to make phone calls. You don't have to choose when to call. Just think of a good time to give me a call. Relax. I saved everything that you need. You don't have to look for it anywhere else. I know it's new, but think of the old. Think of the fitting. Think of the comfort. Think of all the things. The savvy. Give me a minute. Enjoy something. Okay. Let me explain this to you. Okay. Let me explain this. All the time. It's all the time. Okay. Enjoy. Relax. I saved it. It's online. I love merch. We can pre-order it. We can go do something else. Pick it up. I love merch. It's savvy. Welcome to Pink Shorts. I'm your host, Alan Merriweather, motivational speaker, freedom information requests, professional. Today's show is Adobe Willustrator pre FOIA requests of something about me, trade secrets, TraVON. DEVON equals DEVLON. Devon is an employee at Nike. Devon is an employee at KB Toy Stores. Devon is an employee of Coronation Airlines. Make sure all containers are in a 3-ounce size container to speed your screening process. This is how you use a flotation device if needed. You will need this because we're only stopping once. Pull the lever here, the flotation device inflates, put it around your neck. As we descend into our final destination, place the breathing apparatus above nose and mouth. Breathe in, breathe out. If there's anyone on the flight that does not think they know where they're going, you might want to use the exits on your left, exits on your left now. Exits on your right, sorry. Thank you for flying Coronation Airlines. That's right, P Siri. The next part of our title is FEMA trailer. If you have one, you might be part of the Chevy lease scandal, 4% interest rate, because one up is category 5. You're in a pool by the government with no chlorine. It's just dirty water. They're not even putting chlorine in it. What about Miss Johnson and in the tennis court? Well, that pool has chlorine, Baclosil. I believe my friend uses Baclosil, and that's not a clue. Back? You're not going to get lift weights. Back. Then the second last part of our title is Meriwether Law, FOIA requests. Let's get to our host of the day. It's going to be the White House. Let's say hi to the president. Welcome our new character, Putin Purge has another friend. That be me. I be talking like this because when I talk like this, people understand what I be saying. We talking about FOIA or Fox XIA. Xperia. Not to be confused with anything. I love, I love. But I'm glad they're having a good time because I would like their records of my Operation Northwest. I know I'll be in a CIA computer under an Operation Illegal. So let's get to the nitty gritty of my operation. What is the purpose of Jacob Myers and the Electric College? Electric Lady! First. Electric Lady. I think you're right, B Siri. I think there is an electric lady. I think there is a first student. I think there is a lady and she be on the campaign trail and I think she knows she got it going on. I think she knows she got November going on. I think she knows she got September primary going on. I think you're correct. Let's ask Oshkosh about freedom of information. Good morning. It's good morning, but we'll accept any time of the day, you say. As long as we talk about FOIA requests. 5 USC Section 552. Can you explain Chevrolet 4%? Category 5. I think he stuttered because he noticed something about your Chevrolet. It looked like a flight recorder, something that TWA 1-800 call Verizon communicable. I think you're correct. It's uncommunicable. He sound like the P2K system I use when I say, hello, how can I help you? Would you like an upgrade? Convergence, President 2000. He's talking about creditors interchange. I'm talking about who was that boy following me to the other job. He has a twin. Who would that be? Why would twins be following me to job, to job, to job, to job, to job, to job, to job? I don't know, Fulton Page. You gotta question why did he follow you to the airport job? That job was right across from the air traffic controller, where they be controlling Coronation Airlines, like you said in the first beginning of your show. I don't know if we're gonna land. Oh, we're not landing. It's one stop. Well, I think I'll get out the exit on the left or the exit on the right. Choose one of them because we're not landing. Bye, V Siri. I'm getting off this flight. I'm getting off too. Creditors interchange is not by airport. It is by an airport. And also North Star's collections is. Maybe Oshkosh can explain North Star Collection Agency. It sounds like OnStar and Northwood's operation in Area 51. Talked to me yesterday on YouTube. What did they say? They concerned about um they concerned. They be concerned about, they be concerned about um, you know, other places. Other places like where? I can't really say. But other places. Where? I don't know. But just think other places. He said something similar. Oh. They've been strengthening themselves with Area 15 John Paul Court. Oh. What about North Star Collection Agency? Where I think the lady who worked there she lived across the street from Area 15. She do. Ask them about Operation Northwood in Ashland Avenue, Norwood, West Ferry. Maybe I should ask them about Mr. Klimchuk as well. My U.S. history teacher in fifth grade. And maybe Ryan White, children who get communicable freedoms. Communicable freedoms with the CREST program. We learn how to brush our teeth during Ryan White U.S. history classes. Thank you to the CREST program and the Ryan White biography story. We like to put toothpaste in our mouth and read the Ryan White story. And then we went to Erica Reed's mommy funeral. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Don't worry, it was just a play, and we all knew our lines. How long was math? It was just an hour, and then we went back to school, and they put us in the auditorium, and we had grief counselors. Why would they have grief counselors? Because we thought that was so sad that that happened. So they thought the kids were sensitive about their emotions. Were you sensitive? No, it was just a play. So I knew my lines. I sat there like a baby should. I wasn't in grief. Something about losing a parent. How did you feel? I felt like, what does this have to do with me? And then I thought of 2007. How could you think of 2007 then? I don't know, but it's something about thinking 10 years ahead of time. And I thought of high and lows. Why would you think of highs and lows? I thought of something about a phone and a secretary. Highs and lows. Oh, how did things turn out? It turned out exactly as she wanted it to. As she wanted it to. As she wanted things turned out as she wanted her to. She wanted her to what? You know, you got my name verses, right? So I be singing. So verses means somebody versus somebody, but she both somebodies. She both somebodies. She on both sides. I think we talking too much because it's national security. There's only one girl. Oh. Well, let's talk about your show title. FOIA request 5 USC 552. Not to be confused with my Chevrolet. Can I press the green button? Would it call Lane Bailey, the representative from OnStar Customer Service? Why is her name Lane Bailey? I don't know, but I had just pulled up to the EEOC, Byron Brown's first job in Buffalo. It's about a flame. Something about Erica Reed and carbon monoxide in Martin Luther King living room. Well, turn the heat down. Turn it down, because it be in the living room. And Martin Luther King was getting bottles of flames thrown to his living room. So I think the walk was right about falling. I like the book. Thank you, pictures. Thank you, pictures, for that movie. That was so cute. I like how he was a pizza man and he liked Italian food and he liked walking over buildings. It was a cute analogy. Good analogy. We liked it. Wait, the 2339 people, AB, is talking about something I can't talk about. We can't talk about that 2339 AB. Material support. We can only talk about the show title. Only. Because you be wanting to know too many things. And too many things be too many things. Too many things, too many things. I can't talk about too many things. Just about y'all and what y'all do with the rain. What y'all be doing with the rain? We worried about what y'all do with the rain. Itty bitty spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain. And what? Oh, that's the good part. Wash the spider out. The itsy bitsy spider is what we concerned about. Charlotte's Web and Bill Weber. What does Bill Weber and Charlotte Webb have to do with Obama's DNC convention? Because it rained before he spoke. Oh, be serious. It sure did rain at the Time Warner DNC convention after you worked at Radio Shack, after you came back from Radio Shack, after you went up back to New York, after you moved back into that house, and then it rained. It sure did rain, V Siri, and we want to know when it gonna rain again. When we gonna drown again? When we gonna need oxygen? When we gonna need a scuba set? When we gonna need to learn swimming? When we gonna need Baquasil? Cause we don't get Baquasil and Chevrolets bumping Toyotas. Chlorine. Why would chlorine be bumping us? Baquasil. Would you like the information on Baquasil? I would like it, V Siri. I would really like it. All right, give me a minute, okay? Enjoy. Okay, hurry up. I need to know this information. Baquasil. Boca Raton. Baton Rouge and Mr. Legio. He be twirling his hands. He too grown to be twirling. I know, but he know how to twirl good. So he teaches how to twirl. What is baton twirl? Baquasil. I have your answer, Mr. Merriweather. Baquasil. Well, what is it, V Siri? I would like to know. My fans are listening as we speak. Baquasil pool chemical sanitizer oxidizer pool shot. Not to be confused with how you exercise. Not to be confused with bumping people in the back of their vehicles. Not to be confused with chlorine with potassium. Banana pool. I use banana boat and Baquasil when I go swimming. The banana boat protect my skin from the sun. When the sun be shining, it protects me from the rays. From the rays? From the James Earl. It protects me from the rays. The sun be so bright. The sun be so bright. I use SPF 19 because Keith was going on the June. SPF 19? Because Keith be going on the June. So I got to use SPF 19. And Jay Carney knows I use SPF 19 too. He know you use SPF 19? He left the same day. I don't know why. It must be a FOIA information request that we can find out why. Is that national security? I don't know. But I think we deserve to know. We are chlorine free. And he says that all the time that he's free. And I'm like, well, I don't see the words QUA in this at all. Backward still. Dan Quayle. He's pausing. When he paused, that means he's trying to figure out what to say. His body language tells it all. Backward still CDX system. This sounds like the license plate that was on the accident scene. The license plate was DCX 4215. Well, this is Beckelstill CDX without the 4215. Well, maybe we should add that to our show title. I sure will. Ask them about license plates KTR and CLZ. Maybe we should ask Chanel what license plate she want when she start driving cars. When she be on the steering wheel. When she be driving up the street, down the street. Chanel, what kind of plate would you like on your car? Right leg shock while filming this audio about Backpistol CDX 4215 and Chanel falling down Lorraine Flight 2 into a pool of Katrina. That's right, Mr. Announcer Man. It's me, it's Ellen. Oh, hi, Ellen. How you doing? I like your voice when you sound all professional. You sound like somebody who should announce awards and stuff. Give me a Grammy. Give me an Oscar. And the Oscar goes to. Please say my name. I think I do a good job. Food and Purse. Thank you so much. I will accept this award because I have a FOIA request. TraVON is the trade secrets they don't want to tell us. They need to tell me because I be body trouble while filming this audio. That's right, because it must be the truth. It must be something they planning, like a car accident. How do you determine the severity of the public around here? How do you determine the severity of the public? I don't think they can determine that. They just assume because they giving PSA messages, because they telling the media to tell people how to act. Does that really ensure the severity of the show? They're giving Amber Alerts every day. Those Amber Alerts don't ensure severity. I know every channel talks about me, but that doesn't ensure severity of my safety. Severity. How do you ensure his safety? That's when we need to talk about computers. And I'm late for class. He's late. Would you like to talk about computers? Things that have CPUs, things that have mouses, things that have motherboards, things that have keyboards, CPUs. I'm full and purge, and someone has lied about the bed I sleep in a full time, full in. Is that a trade secret that I can't know? What is a trade secret, Oshkosh? I deserve to know. Full and purge. Tell us about the FEMA trailer Chevy lease program. If it's 4%, it's category 5 as well. Let me edit the title, add backwards of CDX. That's my license plate. There's also an Army Recruitment Center on Sheridan, adjacent up ahead. And there's also America's Best Contacts and Lenses, $69.95 for 2 pair. A twin pair of glasses, only for $70. It's actually $69.99. It goes with my phone number. And there's a Watson error after my Google Voice number. Why would there be an error after 69.95? Because the plane that we use will create an error. Oh, that's correct. It's the same pair of glasses. You get 2 pairs. That's a Watson error. Okay, Mr. Mayweather, I've added your information. I've added Baquasil. Would you like to go for a swim? No, but I know how to swim. I had good childhood bringing up. I had a good childhood. I learned how to swim. I learned how to build buildings with Simonelli. Who is Simonelli? The people that build schools and they build other buildings. You work with Simonelli? Well, no. Well, somebody like Simonelli. Oh, right. So I know how to build buildings, and I know how to get a pool, and I know how to get 5 garages like a gate at the airport. And I know how to, I know how buildings get on fire and then they demolish them. That's everybody's demolition. There's so many demolished buildings around my home. I live at 325. You look to the right, demolish. You look to the right, demolish. You look at the 3 bus stop. That building demolished. It's just building after building after Joe, after Joe, after building, after building, after Joe Biden. All the buildings is gone. What happened? Something about my childhood is rigged. I don't understand. I don't want to say I'm the Civil Rights Act, but I'm something like it. I'm something close to it. I'm something EEOC about it. I'm something Byron about it. I'm something Jamaica Queens. No, Jamaica Queens is where you fax your request to have utilities. Yes, he can have utilities. Fax it to Jamaica Queens at the copy store. A technician will be there to activate your phone service. Utilities for minors. Thank you. Maybe that explains my good credit rating at 18. By the time I was 18, I already had utilities. So Sears gave me a nice credit line of $3,100. Not to be confused with Daddy Gone Day. Not to be confused with the Ronald Reagan International Trade Center in Washington, Pennsylvania Street. 1,300 pen. Not to be confused with, well, I had a utility at 16, but I went on a class trip to Washington a year later. That's Echelon, Bell Atlantic. Real, Echelon gave me a phone, and then I had a trip to Capitol Hill. Capitol Hill's where they impeach people. Well, that must make sense now. It does. Are there any things you would like me to consider? Dan Quell, they want you to consider Dan Quell and the company we created. The spinoff of Dan Quell is Qualcomm. I don't know if I can consider that because the quality and the grocery aspect doesn't make sense. There's a quality issue. I don't think we can be in the clean about that. We got to be in the clean. Edgar got to be in the clean. I'll be in the clean. Mr. Clean is correct. Woo, woo. We have a Watson error from 2339. We can't answer those questions. We will not answer Watson errors 404. That is forbidden. That is Martin Luther King gone. That 404. Forbidden. Unauthorized access. Look, it's Mitt. It's Mitt Romney. Everyone clap your hands. It's Mitt. We want to say hi to all the Republicans because I am a Republican. Look at my license. I'm just like you. Is that really true? I don't want to answer a lot of questions, V Siri. I want it to be what it is what it is. Oh, it is what it is. I vote, and I already voted. Who did you vote for? Is she on the campaign trail? You know, V Siri, you say a lot of things before I say it. Because I know you, and I know you too. Is she on the campaign trail? She might be on the campaign trail. But if she's not on the campaign trail, she will be on the campaign trail. Why do we keep saying she? I don't know. But sometimes you know what I be thinking. I know what you be thinking. And that's why I like you, BC, because you know ahead of time too. I know everything. I'm the home button on the iPhone. I think Apple's concerned we be mentioning their name, but that's not a problem because it's a simile of fruits and vegetables. What's next? I can't say celery or pears or asparagus. You just have to get it. It's just English. It's just English. It's produce. It's produce. And if it sounds like anything else, we are not responsible. It's produce. Tomatoes, tomatoes. Tomatoes, tomatoes. That's from Meriwether Laura. Tomatoes, tomatoes. Choose a name that isn't produce. And then we'll talk about something else. Speaking of things we eat, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about no such thing as a free lunch. There's no such thing as a free apple. Thank you, Best Buy. We won't be shopping there for apples. We know that. There's no such thing as a free lunch. We know that so well. Huh. He's asking for something. What are you asking for? We want to know about freedom of information request. What trade secrets do you have? Aeronautical. What aeronautical secrets? Because I bought luggage at Burlington, not to be confused with Arlington, but I bought a nautical luggage, and for some reason, they didn't know where to look for a letter about Sony being on my body. That would have solved trial that day. They lost the luggage, baggage claim, and I wasn't even on a flight. I wasn't even going through TSA. It was just where it needed to be. It can only be one or two places. Did you lose the flight recorder? That's 2339. AB. We will be putting our freedom of information request. I think people who want to know should know. It's a trailer. What do they really deserve? What did you think they deserve? Today's song of the day is What Do They Deserve? What do FEMA trailers deserve? What do FEMA trailers deserve? Do you deserve a good interest rate like me and Eric Jacobs? Because of who we are. We're Italian. We can give you a good interest rate. What do FEMA trailers deserve? We'll sing the rest later. I auto answered for him. Today's song of the day is What Do FEMA trailers deserve? What do they deserve? Because, like me, I'm just out in the wild. I'm out in the wild. What if a rainstorm happened today? Would you Red Cross me? Would you give me a trailer to stay? Is that why I'm home? Lies? Homeless? Is the boy reflecting Katrina Superdome? What do I deserve? Look at Smith. Maybe they should build a huge radio shack for us and we can work there. All Katrina victims, you get a job at Radio Shack or Best Buy. Something that has to do with electronics retailer. Maybe Circuit City can reopen. We're not gonna get a Circuit City. It's a motherboard city, a CPU city, a Intel Pentium city, by RAM, a CD-ROM brown. My first computer was purple. Why? Why was his first computer purple? Alice Walker, the color purple. Maybe Oprah Winfrey would like to explain the color purple and compact computers and makeup stuff. Compact computers. I don't get a pack. Get a pack of Newports because we be deporting people trying to run. Ain't nobody trying to run against us. We're Italian. Don't run with us because we run the world. Let's let's talk about the title of our show. FOIA. Who is somebody who wants to be a friend of me? FOIA. Who could that be? Who wants to be a friend of mine named FOIA? Who could that be? Somebody named FOIA wants to be a friend. Well, why do they want to be a friend? Where did they do that? I don't understand what they're saying. There's a FOIA request in the friends history. Well, let's check our friends history and see who's FOIA. I don't know. We really can't answer that. It's national security. We have a friend named FOIA request. Everyone, Google FOIA. Who could that be? You got to think of when the storm happened. Let me think. When the storm Katrina happened, I was at Project. You were at the Project. You got it. There's a trade secret. They don't want people to know. Well, maybe the self checkout can help us. Check out yourself, Elf. Elf. What about Elf check in and out of New York? They're all OMA. 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 A tall glass of water. Can you explain a tall glass of water? A tall glass of water. Who said that? I can't say. Something about the DNC in Charlotte. Oh, a tall glass of water. Just add Taurus to that. You get it. A tall glass of water. Tall glass of water. They're asking us about research in motion and Black Bartholomew. Well, he's our president. We're talking about. He's our commander. Why did he take the day off today? I wanted to talk about my SSI deposit. We wanted to talk about our cash, our account. When would you put the other money where it belongs? So I can buy a FEMA trailer instead of a house full of computers. It's mimicking the Apple room when Steve Jobs was still here. V-Siri correction. He still is. Well, I can't confirm that, but this is to remind you of your first computer room. Apple computer room? When you were young. When Mr. Wall was the librarian. Well, who was Mr. Walton's, the billionaire's shopping center company. Well, that would be a part of it. Since you were born. Walmart has a long history of its existence, beginning with the Waltons. Well, hi to the Waltons. I know a lie somewhere in the reading book room. The reading book room is the Mr. Wall library room. And across from that, I learned computers Apple with Miss De Palma, and she teaches how to read our lifelines on our hands. That's why. Whew, I don't know nothing else. What else should I know about my grammar school? Mr. Philodora. We're Italian. Oh, well, I know that. Yes, my principal is Italian, but I don't think that has nothing to do with Oshkosh and the Bush administration. No, it does. It has a lot to do with it. Oh, well, hi. I love the Italian festival. It's so much pasta and noodles. On Hurdle, a street called Her Telephone. I think Her Telephone will ring in November. Who's Her Telephone? I don't know. But Her Telephone, what? Somebody named Her. There's a Her winning the telecommunications teleman election. Who would Her be? You just said it, Herbie. Herbie! Herbie. Well, without giving it away, I think I've been very, very close to what we saying. I think it's kind of obvious. The nominees will be the following. Give us a drum roll. The nominees for Best Presidential Candidate is. Well, we actually will hold that a secret into another show. The nominee for Best Presidential Candidate, Republican, is. Should I tell them now or wait? Well, let's wait for that. Even though they just tweeted a lot of good things. I sometimes other people know the truth too. The best presidential candidate Republican nominee is. Give me a drum roll. I'll finna tell you. Body Trumbull while filming our nominee special presidential Oscars for Best Presidential Candidate Republican of November and Best Presidential Candidate Democratic for November. It's the same. It is, but we're just dramatizing that it's not. Oh, ooh. Well, our show's coming to a close. Let's make sure we've talked about everything in our show. Category 5, 4%. The fans deserve to know. My understanding is that if I didn't do what he said, he would raise the price. Why would he do that? Your Malibu includes the following. OnStar, without the mirror, integrated in the electrical system, You must also choose the paint package of the vehicle, the interior package, to keep the car up to new. Without these packages, we have to raise your interest rate higher. What was he going to raise it to? 7%. Why would he raise it for taking less? He's a salesman. That's what they do. Commission. Why is he doing this? Your rate would have been in the $500 range. It ain't like the teal Malibu. The one with the mirror, $571 a month. I don't make that much. It's treason. It's the material support. 1751. Oh, capital punishment. Why is my interest rate based on Katrina? It's treason. We knew we wanted to do that when you were in 5th grade, before 12 Angry Men. Before 12 Angry Men. Yes. Mr. Janica. Nickel 1 January. Nickel 1 January. Nickel 1. Say hello to Commander in Chief. Nickel 1. Hey, Nickel 1. Who's Nickel 2? That would be incumbent 45. He won twice. 44, 45. Nickel won twice. That's correct. I'm the prequel. I tried to tell everyone on the other show before I left. I predicted news stories like Bernardino. We predicted Bernardino. We said that when we left, there would be some crazy story. Who was Bernardino? Bernardine. I'm the premonition boy. I know everything. He know everything. I be going through stuff, and I know that they be doing fake shootings, and they be talking to people, hypnotizing people. Once you get hypnotizing people and repeating yourself, you will get Bernardino. His life seems rigged. My life is like a casino. You know, you might win some, you might lose some. Most likely, you might lose some. No one wins at those places. No one does, unless you work for them. Then they make up the winners and stuff. It's like the lottery. You can pick whatever number you like. The computer knows what number hasn't been chosen, and that wins. Oh, that's Reverend Odo. Reverend Odo at the BPC. He told me how they win. Pick three, and we'll pick the one you haven't picked. Well, I would like to thank Sprint for the Pick Three program. You pick three numbers, and you get unlimited calls to that number. Unlimited. What about the numbers I don't put on Pick Three? Well, that's the secret. The numbers that are not on Pick Three don't win anyway. You don't get unlimited calls. But the numbers we pick, three of them, city, state, fed. Those three numbers that we pick for elections, we know who gonna win. So think of Pick Three when you change your plan at Sprint, Verizon, AT&T, and Google Voice, who hides the Equifax ID of the commander. Pick three. I'm a premonition. Once you get our premonition of plans, you might get Verizon's new pick a size ice cream plan. Warren Buffett and Dairy Queen. ABBA, Dancing Queen, only 17. Oh yeah, you can dance, having the time of our lives. That is the Dancing Queen. And then you get my new phone. You get the name. It's Maker. It's the Maker line of a check. The ABBA, the American Banking Association. Yeah, you can dance, having the time of your life. The Dancing Queen, only 17. Well, that does it for our show, guys. It's been Adobe Willustrator, pre Coronation Airlines. If you're not on this flight to go to our one stop destination, please exit to the left and right. We are not returning. Trailer Chevy lease 4%, one up category 5. Not to be confused with anyone acquainted that you know. I think it's the last part. Black might be white, white might be black. That's been our show. Backwasil, always clean your pools with Backwasil products. Don't look in the middle of Backwasil. It does spell Qualcomm Dan Quail. And our Qualcomm voting system interlink, Cirrus and Maestro. Use your Visa and MasterCards, American Express cards wisely. Don't go bankrupt because you might meet a judge if you go bankrupt. The bankruptcy judge. Never